What a day. Dr. Ranganathan, we were talking earlier today, we were doing a lot of research and we were hoping to talk about the Congress. And guess who? I mean, Mr. Kejriwal wants to steal the limelight even from the Gandhis now. I'm sorry, I'm not being facetious. I'm finding it's a crowded screen. It's a crowded screen. Dr. Ranganathan, you're the person who's not a politician or from the legal fraternity. How are you seeing this? I mean, look, Mr. Kejriwal has gone before every forum available to him saying this is a witch hunt. He's got no relief. What do you make of this? And remember today, Dr. Ranganathan, the High Court said, show us proof that you can link, the ED that is, can link this man to the alleged Liquorgate scam. And they did.
Good evening, Rahul. Good evening to my fellow panelists. I hope you can hear me. If you could please connect the phone audio, that'll be very grateful.
I can hear you.
Arvind Kejriwal, Rahul, to put it in short, is the fly that has settled on the fly swatter. And he's rubbing his forelimbs with glee and living a charmed life. But for how long? In fact, I request the Prime Minister Modi to quickly award Sisodia, Kejriwal and Satinder the Bharat Ratna because it cannot be given to convicted Indians. And this looks like a race against time. No, but seriously, Kejriwal is the same man who announced himself as an Aam Aadmi, and today he's decided that he's going to blatantly ignore yet again the summons from a constitutional agency. A summons from a non-independent agency is still legal summons. And by the way, the ED conviction rate for PMLA cases is 95%. So this isn't some political witch hunt. And an Aam Aadmi respects the law of the land. Rahul, is this not the same Aam Aadmi Party, I ask you, that arrested a Congress MLA 6 months ago on a case that the Supreme Court had itself squashed? And the Congress MLA was arrested based on investigations carried out by, surprise,
Punjab.
the ED. Yeah. Then AAP said, let law take its own course. And here it is not willing to make the law take its own course, be that as it may. Just 30 seconds. Let me give you the facts and facts alone. This is from the Supreme Court order. Number one, the excess amount of 7% commission earned by the wholesale distributors for 338 crores constitute an offence as defined under Section 7 of the POC Act. These are proceeds of crime. This figure cannot be disputed or challenged. The new excise policy was meant to give windfall gains to select few wholesale distributors who in turn had agreed to give kickbacks and bribes. Number two, VAT and excise duty was payable separately. However, under the new policy, the VAT was reduced to mere 1%. 3. Manish Sisodia was unable to provide any rational explanation for increasing the commission from 5% to 12%. 4. Mahadev Liquor, a wholesale distributor having 20% market share, was forced to surrender their license since they were not ready to pay kickbacks. Punjab Excise Department was used to arm twist them. The fact of the matter is there is also Mr. Nair, who allegedly arranged a meeting of Indo-Spirit chief with Kejriwal. He is now the person who is spilling all the beans. So why I don't understand. All these things have been said not by the BJP, not by Amit Shah, not by Modi, but by Supreme Court. Let Kejriwal say that Supreme Court is also wrong. Let him say it. I challenge him.
Well, you see, this is a peculiar circumstance, and I want to bring in our other friends also. Let me come to you. I'm coming to you, Sanju Verma now. Can you hear me? I just want to ask you this question.
Yes, I can.
I mean, look, yes, there is, of course, prima facie a smoking gun, and we can see that. But I also find it a little strange that, well, I'll come to that part, but I just want to ask you, is this really timed to the elections? Do you want Mr. Kejriwal, for example, do you want the Congress party, all its funds in your pocket, or at least in the income tax department's pocket, so that they have no money to even take a train? That's what Rahul Gandhi said. I mean, if tomorrow the ED were to show up, I hope you will give them some money to take an Uber out of their house, but I don't know. And now, and now, of course, Mr. Kejriwal finds himself in the same pickle. He might be in jail. What kind of election will we have if somebody is taking an Uber on your money to perhaps go and escape the ED and the other person is in jail? What happens? There'll be no contest.
You know, Rahul, I have to admit one thing. Despite, things heating up, You've certainly not lost your sense of humor, nor has Mr. Ranganathan. Unfortunately, humor is not one of my virtues. So I will stick to what my strong point is, that is giving hard data and corroborating my argument. The first and foremost thing, and this is with offense to none, I have this to say, that if you look at the press release of the Enforcement Directorate dated 17th March 2024, what does it say? This is just last week. The Enforcement Directorate mentioned few very important things. A, it mentioned that raids have been conducted in 245 locations. There is 1 prosecution complaint and 5 supplementary complaints that were made. 15 arrests have been made. Most importantly, they have spoken in their press release of proceeds of crime pertaining to 128.79 crore rupees. They've spoken of a quid pro quo of 100 crore between K. Kavita and Arvind Kejriwal led liquor cartel. And to add to all this, the Supreme Court in October 2023 has clearly said a money trail of rupees 338 crore has been tentatively established. So like I always say, without being verbose, in any criminal offense, there are 3 things which are of paramount importance: mana fide intent, proceeds of crime, and a money trail. Has the Enforcement Directorate, ensured that all these 3 have been presented to the Delhi High Court, the CBI Special Court, and the Supreme Court over the course of the investigation? The answer is yes. If there is no liquor scam to speak of, which is what the Aam Aadmi Party ambassadors come and say on every debate, I have a simple question for them. Why is Manish Sisodia still in lockup? Why is Sanjay Singh still in lockup? Why is Satinder Jain still in lockup? In fact, Satinder Jain was asked to surrender because remember, he got some relief on grounds of ill health. And last but not the least, they say that the smoking gun, the incontrovertible evidence in any criminal offense, is a witness or an approver. And Dinesh Arora, while Section 306 of the CRPC turned an approver and named Sanjay Singh, Manish Sisodia, Arvind Kejriwal, K. Kavita, Arun Ramchandra Pillai, Abhishek Boinpalli, Vijay Nair, Amit Arora, Amandeep Dhal, so on and so forth. So when you have people who are witnesses, when you have a smoking gun in terms of a money trail, how can you say that ये BJP की conspiracy है? That argument does not hold water.